drug use. It's turning into zombies. The meth, it's not even meth. It's some kind of meth 10 years ago, 15 years ago. You do a little line that big, use up for 2 days. Now, you could do a line the size of your finger and go to sleep 15 minutes later if you want. Or you can stay up for 3 days, kind of get through that. But
so it's really
the
been
more and more people do it. Oh, well, it'll keep you up. It'll tweak you. You know what I mean? You'll notice the difference. I mean, definitely. I mean, you buck like a jackrabbit, and it enhances all your
virility, that sort of thing.
Everyone, Brown World. I was traveling with a girl that was trapped in both worlds. I call her my lesbian friend. She's from Eugene, which is, have you ever been to Eugene?
Yeah.
Well, they got some bad ones up there, and I found her in a pile of shit in the back of a factory. Some dudes had jacked off on her face. And she's a good-looking girl and everything, real cool, but she's trapped in heroin and meth. Shoots in both, patches all over her skin. But her mind is still functional. And she wanted to come down to California with me, but she's too far gone. Her mind, she just, when it calls her, she got to have it. Hard telling that one, because the meth is, and it's the same conditions I run into Denver. When I was in Denver, the same kind of zombie, well, I call them bizarro world characters, live in the bizarro world, because you might be able to reach them for a couple minutes here and there, talk to them, and then they'll just totally get whacked out. And I've seen a guy get up and leave all his property, everything, just in a dead stare like this. He just did a whole line of the meth about the size of my pinky, and he was eating it like candy. And a couple hours later, he gets up, he stares at me, turns around, walks away, and leaves all his belongings, the backpack, bike, and didn't come back. I don't think it's the cut. There's got to be something in the chemical that's being massively used in other states. If it was a cut, it wouldn't be the same. I mean, every state, you wouldn't run into that much of a cut where it's going to make a difference to that many people. It's beautiful up here. It's one of the best spots. Every place I've been, 9 different states, all through the states.
I mean, it's obviously, we're right here at the Columbia. It's one of the most beautiful spots I've ever seen.
Seaside and Astoria are top 2. And it seems like they improved, which is the first time I've seen that in my travels, where a town has improved in time. Well, Portland got worse. Portland, the homeless are in places where last year there was nobody. I mean, you could walk, a few blocks without seeing homeless. Now, you can't walk a block in Portland without seeing somebody squatting, camping, sleeping, or hanging out, homeless. They're definitely rising in number dramatically. It seems like year to year. And I don't know, I run into a lot of people that are happy. I tell you what, I never felt better in my life. See, living out here or something. And I got a place to go to if I choose to. I can go there in Illinois. I'm from originally. I got friends and family up there.
So you feel more distant from those memories when you're here?
Oh yeah. Doing what, moving like a snail. All the red tape. I was working. I was making $500 a week at a job in Illinois, and I wasn't happy. I worked at a potato chip company. Well, I was a maintenance and machine work on machines and fix this, fix that, fix anything that was broke.
Or you were just a machinist?
I learned most of the stuff in the joint.
Oh yeah. What's keeping you out of work now?
I, it's a four-letter word to me. The bureaucracy, the red tape of it all.
Uh-huh.
It's complicated. I don't know. It seemed like the more money I made, the more taxes I had to pay.
It wasn't really your money.
Well, I call it the Leave It to Beaver lifestyle. That's the all-American dream, living that. And I've seen the end result and the middle result, the gold, what happens with the golden years and all that. And it's very discouraging. I've yet to see someone living their golden years happily, like they're like you would expect, unless you're very rich and wealthy.
But you probably grew up being told that it was the life to live.
Yeah, I grew up in a nice family. Yeah, I was the black sheep, one out of the four, as textbooks say.
How's Illinois different than here? I mean, I know there's a lot of differences.
Well, weed ain't legal. That's the big one right there. Weed keeps me going. Weed is my medicine. I had triple bypass heart surgery in 2012, and I don't take none of the medicine.
It's your medicine.
No pills, nothing. All I do is smoke weed. I tell you, it's for a lot of people that I run into, they rather weed works way better than medicine. Astoria?
Yeah. What are you expecting? Here.
I hustle. I'll panhandle, but I'll get cans, and I don't really expect. Like I said, I'll do a cash shop day to day. I work at a furniture store down there in San Jose, a couple different places, but they pay cash that day, and no commitment, no taxes, none of that shit. I'm gonna go until I drop dead. That's probably what I want to do.
Like this could be the place for you.
Oh, yeah. Here, it all depends. Like I'm here today, gone tomorrow. I tell people that all the time. The women, I stay with them.
What do you think are some of the hassles that people are running into in this town?
Getting a shower, getting resources, food and clothes are always, you got to have. But shower, it's hard to find people willing to let you use their bathroom.
All right.
In Portland, that's almost impossible. Yeah. Hot meal always is a place where you can go and actually sit down and don't have to rush.
Mm-hmm.
That's always nice. An indoor shelter when the weather's bad, even though I have rarely used them, but I hear a lot of people, that always run into that problem, having someplace access to blankets. I run into that a lot. People, man, you got an extra blanket, Well, I do. I paint and I draw. I'm an artist. I've sold stuff on the street here and there, but keeping supplies is hard. There is a place like that in San Jose.
Oh, yeah?
A day center.
Really?
That they can go, instruments, amps, all that kind of shit.
Really?
And it's like they don't want a lot of people to know about it. Yeah, but people are going to use it. And if you got expensive stuff out there or anything of great value, they'll probably get stolen because they fuck it up routinely. I get political sometimes when I go into towns. I went into City Hall down in San Jose, and under the Poor Persons Act, I got some time on the floor to address the council, and I asked them if we could have, if they could make the outlets outside accessible to the homeless people because of the Obama phones.
Yeah.
I said the state issued phones to poor people,
right? Because
they don't have the means, for whatever reason, but no place to charge them.
Right.
The mayor was the only one that raised an eyebrow, and so they made the plugins accessible to the homeless people. Well, not on paper, but they just started letting people use it at night.
Yeah.
They told the security guard to back off, let people use just this area over here, and tell them if they were on the other side to go over here. Okay,
right.
And they did that for about 4 months, and I kind of figured it out after a couple of days of seeing people. I said, man, they let people plug in, because it was kind of off the record. And a couple months go by, and they had some problems over there, and There were 8 outlets.
Yeah.
8, 2 each.
Yeah.
Plenty enough,
Right.
But sure enough, dopey, junkies. They had 2 knife fights, uh, arguments, a couple of women ripping each other's clothes and baskets apart. They had it all on video. He was showing me videos. He said, well, first they said, he said if I had 300 signatures, business signatures, that they could designate a block of outlets,
Yeah.
300 business signatures. So
Right.
he said that would probably do it. But other than that, anything short of that, he said, it ain't gonna fly.
Yeah.
Because of this, and he had all that shit on tape. If he got off to the right start and got that kind of reputation, of being kind of a good spot, don't fuck it up type, which that kind of comes, there's, places like that where the homeless people respect it enough, Music, I play it all the time, wherever I go. There's 10 chargers in there, man.
Yeah.
I play a lot of music, and I tell you what, it's brought people to me in some very
Brings people
strange
together.
circumstances and very weird ways, and very cool people. I've met Indians. I just met a very wealthy woman here in Seaside. She said, she claimed it was a couple days ago. I'm sitting at a bench playing music. It's 11 o'clock at night. I got old-time music on, and here comes this beautiful woman dressed in a sweater and everything. She said, "May I sit next to you?" I said, "Sure." I sat there. She said, I heard the music playing, and so we started talking. And she said she was ready to jump off the bridge. All this guy, but she said, well, her family's been going here for 40, 50 years, same hotel, all this kind of shit. She's uppity. Her daughter's got issues right now that's making her want to kill herself. She ended up giving me $100 and 10 Marlboros because she told me I saved her life and all this kind of crazy shit. You name it, I don't know. But it was interesting, and I didn't try to, I call it man pig. And a woman I used to be with, try to get at her, or nothing goofy. And I try to apply that all, keep it happy, lively, positive energy.
Right.
Music. I've had some of the worst tweakers in town. And I do this all night. I'll walk through town, little streets and shit. But I'll sit down at a corner, and next thing I know, some of the real bizarro world characters, some of the ones that shit on themselves, yell and scream, they'll come over there, they'll sit down, listen to the music, and peep out.
Calms you down.
I had Jesus, this guy they call Jesus, down in San Jose. I don't think I've ever seen the guy having a calm moment. And one night I was listening to music, and a couple other guys were sitting there, and he come over and sat down, and then say beat, and listen to the music, and for about 2 or 3 hours, we sat there and say shit, listen to music. You could tell he was just into it, like this, and music stopped, he got up, walked down the street, half a block down, motherfucking work, started doing his thing again, but just for that time, that was, I don't know, and I thought there was something to that. Yeah.
And what does it for you?
School music,
Old school music?
As the newer day of music is lacking one thing that old school music had. If I had to pick one thing, though some of the new stuff's good too and has the quality, but it lacks harmony, beat. They got rhythm, the beat, but they went over the board with that shit. I believe there is something to that.
Yeah.
I believe there's something to that. The vibrations that it creates.
Yeah, we're sensitive to that stuff.
And,
And it's all around us.
Yep. Everything's electrical. I went to, some rituals with some Indians I met in Colorado Springs where they use salvia. They call it the drug of enlightenment. And
I kind of doubt that.
it is, man. But you got to do it right, though. See, the problem was when they had it on the market, people were doing crazy amounts and crazy strengths of, 10 times the normal potency,
Oh yeah.
Which is typical.
You do a
And,
small amount.
Well, you do. It's got to be, it's ceremonial, and you got to be in a very good frame of mind, around good people. Got to create the environment, and very casual smoke. The actual plant, you put it in a pipe, and you crumble it right there, and puff it a couple times like this. All of a sudden, you see people with beautiful, man, balls of light around them. You can get in touch with nature in a way that you can't even imagine. If there's some Indians that live in the mountains, even here, up in them woods, hard to find. And I found it by a fluke accident, which is a funny story too, because I was just looking at a mountain sitting in front of a 7-Eleven and decided to walk towards it because it looked so fucking awesome. And I've been watching it for weeks, and I got lost up in there in the woods, and I found a trail, led me to a little sort of a dirt road, and a few hours later, I was getting high the whole time, just walking through, pitch black, couldn't even see the hand in front of my face. I was walking up there in the mountains, and these Indians found me, 3 of them in a truck. One was very old, and he got out last, and when he came up to me, he had long, scraggly, gray hair, wrapped in a flag, had a long staff with him, all kinds of little trinkets on it and shit. He had a squirrel skin eye patch. Coolest fucking dude I ever met in my life. I couldn't help my laugh. I said, holy fucking shit.
Sounds pretty cool.
I said, what? What the hell are you? And he almost, I got a smile out of the guy. And he took my hand. And he said, you got purpose here, brother. And he wanted to know how I got that far on that road. And I told him, well, I don't know. I said, what do you mean, how I got up there? I walked. And no, he said, and I told him I was getting high most of the time. And you know what? It was cougar infested mountain lions and stuff. It was real bad up there, right? And
Yeah.
I'd been walking through their prime territory and everything and didn't even know it. And he said what kept me alive was the torch I was using to fire my bowl up with. That was hilarious. Yeah, the torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scared him away.
Ain't that true? They took me to their little place where they sleep and shit, and they told me to stand out here, and if some women were going to come out and meet me, and when they go back in, if nobody comes out, I leave. If people come back out, I'm welcome. 4 women came out. I kind of was joking with one, something funny, and I don't know. 5 minutes later, we was all smiles and laughing, and they went back in. A couple minutes later, the door comes open, dog comes out, kids, everybody comes out, brothers, they come up, and I stayed with them for 2 weeks.